Happy New Year, y'all. I'm still tired. I wanted to do a New Year reading. So let's do a New Year reading. We got the Antique Anatomy Tarot. Because Capricorn rules the bones, the teeth. So let's, have our skeletal, this is also Capricorn, the skeletal deck first. We're going to do a couple of different things. It's a full moon, it's a new year, there's a whole bunch of shit going on this year. And I am excited to support people along the way for this. I will be having limited readings going forth. I probably will be just limiting readings. And so get in where you could fit in. My energy is low. So I'm going to be working on not overdoing it this year. So this first half of the year we probably get busy, and then that second half might be by request, to be honest. And that includes astrology, that includes tarot. I have reopened my site because I felt like it was time to reopen it. So we have crystals there. You can also find my services. And I do have new items that I need to add. So if you are a D&D fan, stay tuned. All right, so we're going to have some oracle decks. I'm going to do a couple of decks. So I want to do the Oracle of Pluto for like deep shadow work. Chiron has gone direct. If anyone else is as aggravated as I am today, that might be part of the reason. Even though Cancer moons, sometimes you're a little more tender during these times. So something to consider. So I will have a gentle my friend Fire. I really love this deck. It's like a self-care deck. Come on. Moon and Cancer take care of your internal world, right? And then I don't know if I'm used the voting oracle. We'll see. That's usually something I use for myself. And in the end, if you are over 18, you gonna have one of these, because we need an outlook over at least the first 3 months of the year. How about that? We'll do the first 3 months before the astrological new year, right? And we gonna see what the vibe is. So again, happy new year. You made it to 2026. That in itself is an accomplishment. If you don't feel like doing a whole bunch of shit, then don't do a whole bunch of shit. That's the type of time I'm on. But I did miss the channel and miss doing readings for y'all. So let us begin. This is for the new year and the full moon. Maybe the question is, what are we releasing to open up our new year, right? So that's the first question. What are we releasing? That's for the full moon. That is for the full moon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the oracle deck right on top of it. Am I? Yeah. Okay. What are we releasing for the full moon? Let's do the Oracle of Pluto. This was on, what is their thing? There's a Twitter astrologer. that created a Christmas list of small business, no, not small businesses, but of like things by sign. I do not remember, I'm so sorry. And they probably, I don't know if it's still up, but this is where I got it from. I cannot remember for the life of me. Green frog is real. Okay, so we're gonna put this on each of them. What is the collective releasing to make space for the new moon? Perhaps there are lessons. And like, a lot of people are like releasing and whatever. It's like, sometimes you gotta detox from your year. Sometimes you gotta integrate shit from your year. For somebody, the squirrel, I don't know if squirrel is significant to anyone. It ain't to me. It ain't to me. But I'm gonna read it anyway. That's a collective reading, that's for sure. But sometimes you gotta not only say I'm gonna be a new person, but also part of becoming a new person is giving acceptance, right? Of like, you've been through a lot. 2025 is very few people that are like, that was my best year of my life forever. And if it was, congratulations. I love that for you, dead ass. Not even like, no shade, nothing. Like, I'm for real celebrating you. A lot of people, it was kind of like their best and their hardest. And so it takes integration. It takes really sitting and accepting, like, yo, yeah, we're here, but it took a lot to be here. And also, there are things that you know cannot move forward with you, and not in a way of like, I'm gonna cut all this shit off. Some of it is just like, like, I'm okay with this. I don't need to do this no more. This is valid. This relationship may still be around, but it's different now because I am different now. There's a level of grace and consideration that we always offer to others that we need to offer to ourselves. And maybe that's just me talking about myself, right? So the squirrel that had came out, work-life balance, planning for the future. Okay, so for some of y'all are busy doing all the things, right? Feel like it's go time for you. Do shit that you need to do if you feel like you're ready. What is this? What is this? It's purple. Is it purple? Do you see? Oh, it's a little dark. It's a little dark. Oh, let's make it brighter. Oh, come on. Don't tell me that I turned it off. No, I didn't. I'm gonna make it brighter up in this thing. All right. I can't see it. Yeah, this is amethyst. It's really dark amethyst. This is actually from a kit that I made for eclipse season. Yeah, I like that. Mookite and desert rose because, you know. Oh, all right. So for some people, make sure you're still giving yourself space to rest. Protection. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to figure out how they want me to do this. All right, this is my friend Fire. Really love this deck. It's definitely like a self-care deck, which is perfect for the moon. So we have amethyst here, we have mookite here, and then we have desert rose. All right, so choose 1, 2, 3. All right, and let us begin. Let us begin. Move these out of the way. All right, we have the king. Oh, my camera had died. Well, it didn't die. I'm out of space on my phone. So, let me see. Let me see what we have. So this is card number 1. I don't know where it cut off, but we will see. This is card number 1. Okay. We have the King of Swords. It can be boundaries. It could be this is the last time you're about to say something. It can be that you stop saying stuff, right? There's some people where you've said your last thing to them. And, you know, if they didn't get it, they didn't get it. If they did, whatever, right? It might also be that you will put some respect on your ideas, your thoughts, how you feel about things. We also have I am my own home first. 36 turns into a 9. And we have giraffe. And you can see the, like, you're like, where the giraffe at? It's here. It's like the, you know, when you used to play against the wall with the light because you had no business being up. And so that you would do like the little shadow animals. Yeah, the giraffe. And so we have amethyst. Amethyst is for clearing your mind, sleeping well, calming your anxieties. I also use it under my pillow if there's like a hard time sleeping, nightmares, or like having circular thoughts, right? Like obsessing over something or whatever. So that is what we have here. I'm gonna start with, where's the book? It's right here. It's right here. I'm gonna start with let me put it this way. So with the giraffe. All right. Oh, also, I mean, totally didn't say this at the beginning, but shout out to my Haitians. Happy Independence Day, happy Liberation Day. I am on my 2nd day of soup jumu. All right, so giraffe. Balance between the head and the heart, the worldly and otherworldly. Walking between worlds. As the tallest mammal in the world, a giraffe lives with its feet planted solidly on the ground and its head up in the clouds, which gives this creature an interesting balanced experience between the tangible and the intangible. When the giraffe shows up, we are being called to find this place of balance and operate from it. How many times have you heard people talk about their head and their heart, that they are at war with one another? For example, or that the heart says one thing and the brain another. Well, the giraffe card asks us to put equal weight in our practical, logical, objective side and our emotional, spiritual, intuitive side. There exists an intersection where both aspects of ourselves meet, where they agree and tell us the same thing. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, on which side of the spectrum do you fall right now? Are you approaching something too logically and could benefit from allowing your emotions to come forward, or vice versa, wherever you are? Know that a space exists where we can find peace, balance, and resolution. It is here that your answer is hiding. Further reflection. When we cannot access our intuition, it is often because something in our everyday physical life needs our attention. Perhaps the opposite could also be true. Maybe there's something in our emotional or spiritual life that needs attention. For those of us who walk the spiritual path, we know these two worlds are inextricably intertwined. This is how we can walk in both worlds at once, by recognizing that they are one and the same, and both hold equal weight. Move toward the space you know you could use a little more energy in right now. And that's another thing about like the King of Swords, right? It's like trying to be so logical, so methodical that you miss the magic of being present. Sometimes we get in our way when it's like, I know what I want to do next, blah, blah, blah. And your whole spirit team is like, oh, you know what you need to do? Bet. I'm going to sit right here then. Let me know how that works for you. Right? And then you stressed out and you got no choice but to sit at your altar and have a conversation. Two things can be at once. You are a spiritual person, but you are also living a human experience. Don't let one or the other take up so much space that you end up stagnating yourself. Because that's real as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. But also don't wait so long looking for an answer, right? That you miss the nuance of clarity. Because sometimes we're waiting. Oh, I'm waiting for there's a what is it? It's kind of like a joke, but ain't shit funny. Where someone I heard it in Spanish. So someone is waiting for God to come get them, to save them, right? They're in a flood, standing on the roof, and they're like, no, God gonna help me. And somebody in the boat comes and is like, yo, come through. I got you. Do the things. Now I'm waiting for God to come get me. Bet. Somebody else come on something else and they're like, yo, let's go. I got you. Something else comes, maybe a plane or whatever, rescue team, and it's like, hey, we're here to rescue you. Now I'm waiting on God to come get me. Person meets God. And it's like, why you ain't come get me? Bruh, I done sent you a boat, a plane, and a rescue team, and you talking about you waiting for me. Hello? Same type of energy, right? Sometimes I need, it's very much like, you try to pray it away, you try to eat it away, all the things. Eventually, there's a fine line between escapism and overextension. And either way is too much. And so we can be logical. We can find ritual in our day-to-day, in the ways that we live our lives, by doing both things. Right? Connecting to the silence within ourselves. Yeah, I got an idea, but not being so rigid that you don't allow it to flourish. It's like overwatering plants, right? I want it to grow. You water that shit every day, and the plant is a damn succulent. It's gonna die. Anyway, I don't know if that's useful or not, to be honest. 36. I am my own home first. When it hurts, when life is too hard and you feel totally alone, sometimes you look for someone or something outside of yourself to fill the void. Here we go. There can be a lot at play here. Patterns, old survival skills. I would also say, codependency, right? I think when I think of Cancer, I do think of codependency a lot. I have specific placements, so I could tell you that. This card invites you to take a breath and remember that within you is all of creation. That love you are looking for is also inside of you. By nurturing your first home, your beautiful self, you water the seeds of your soul. The loving, creative, powerful flames within you thrive. They light the way home. You are the cosmos. The stars support you. I was told to pull another deck. I guess we gotta talk. You and I. Deck number 1. But you see what the theme is. The theme of releasing, it has to be either or, right? But also realizing, like, the either or was never outside of you. It was always within. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Chatty. We got 2 cards, 2 in release. Okay. In reverse. Oh, no, it's because I'm holding the shit in reverse. I'm going to do it again. But the 3 of Wands reversed is very much giving. The 3 of Wands reversed is giving you're not. Think big. Expand. This was backwards in your thing. There's a lot of swords, so you may be overthinking. You may be overthinking. And I don't like the simplicity of like overthinking. I'm thinking too much about it's not actually overthinking. It's counting yourself out before you could start because it feels too hard. Allowing the patterns of yesterday to take up so much space that you don't try today. That you stay stuck because you're afraid of, I don't know, not being successful, not being loved. Excuse me. Sometimes we overcorrect when we're disappointed. But I was just reading something on Instagram and I find it to be true, is like, use that disappointment to create a garden where you bet on your fucking self. Not in a way that's like, I don't need anybody. No, in a way that's like, I need and desire myself so deeply that I do want to, I don't know, put out this project, reach this milestone, change the way that I live, and be willing to fight for it, right? Like, sometimes we are on the defensive and we don't let good shit come in. There's an ending to that, but it's up to you, right? And so give yourself more grace. Give yourself more grace and the same amount of grace that you have given others for too long. Don't let people stress you out this year. If you have been in the same loops with the same motherfuckers, choose to end that today. Right? Because how long will you continue when all that is there, all that is awaiting is a new chapter? But you can't have a new chapter if you're holding and dragging old things. Joy wants to come in the morning. Are you willing to move the shit that's been in the way out the way so that it can sit and be welcome? Nobody can sit in your house if you have clutter around it. You can't lay in your bed if all of your decks are on it. I'm talking about myself. Because I can, right? You can't rest, especially like if you are a woman or born with like a uterus. Your body is naturally more stressed out when you see clutter. That also counts for your internal clutter, my friend. Okay, so if that is where I leave you at, then thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe. I do have the Erotic Tarot at the end of this reading if you want to check that out and you are grown, which means preferably 21 plus. But if you're 18, this is more affirming. Then you could come too. All right. Thank you, card number 1. Card number 2. This is Mookite. This is mostly yellow, and is this red? There's a little bit of red here. There's a little bit of red and some browns. I really do like Mukai. It feels very activating to me. It really is that like make some shit happen stone. So we got the Two of Swords. We got a lot of swords this time. It's very interesting. We have the spider. Oh, can you see that? There we go. Let's move this shit out the way. It's not time. It's not time. All right, we got the spider, the Two of Swords. Feels like some decisions need to be made. And then the spider. I immediately think of the spider. Maybe you've been seeing spiders. Maybe you just like identify and rock with spiders. I know I do sometimes, but like they can chill on how they show up for me. You know what? But spider is also very mercurial to me. It is also the storyteller. I think of Anansi. I think of decisions. I think of I already said storytelling, but creating the story of your life. Okay, I'm gonna begin with this one because it feels like either or, but let's look at the Two of Swords. Why don't we? Elixirs. Where is the swords? Right here. The Two of Blades. The Two of Blades indicates that you have reached an impasse. Crossroads. You at the crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads. Usually in regards to a situation that requires you to make a decision. You may have two options, but you're missing critical information. Should you wait for more info to come in or bite the bullet and pick one direction? Neither decision feels comfortable right now, but you have to actively participate in the obstacles you face in order to move forward. All right. I'm doing extended on these just because it's the new year. So you are at the crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads. I did listen to that today. And I'm gonna miss everybody. Let's see if I could find it without looking at the... No, I ain't gonna find it. Alright, what page is the spider on? I'm also thinking about the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. But that motherfucker came back, started climbing again. Alright, 27. Spider, weaving your own destiny. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Inner genius, creative freedom. Okay, I see what's happening here, but we'll see. We'll see if that's what's really gonna happen. Spider is the ultimate creator, tapping into its inner genius to weave the perfect web required to entangle its prey. Oh, I'm getting a whole download. Hold on. So, for some people, this is for some of y'all. What you need to release is how the expectation of how you were supposed to live all this time. You did everything that you were supposed to do, and still it has not been sufficient. It has not been rewarding. There's a reason for that. It means there is another road, there's another path for you that is not linear. You don't see a spider web that's fully linear, right? And so it is scary to make a risk, to take a jump, but it's scarier to live an unfulfilled life, to live an uninspiring life with no awe. And it's something to consider. Maybe you're comfortable where you're at. Maybe, you're making decent money, or you feel established or stable. Maybe you can make a plan, right? A calculated risk plan. I've been seeing a lot about like free will. We all have free will to do whatever we want. We don't realize how real that is, and we don't act upon it enough. And I do include myself in that. Sometimes you need to take a jump before you're fucking ready. But also, if you have the ability to be like, I'm gonna give myself a cushion just in case this shit flops, I can fall into this canyon, but I know that there is a bed waiting for me and my fall will be broken softly. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That was for some of y'all. Oh, for the others, what you want, you have to create yourself. I want to do this type of job. I want to do this type of work. This is the dream that I have for myself. Don't tell nobody. Don't apply and try to fit yourself into jobs. Create the job you want and let other people fall into it. Live the life you're supposed to live and let others join you along the way. Do not stop for others. Okay? Okay. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. A spider is not sacrificing itself on its web. Other things are getting caught in there. You know what I'm saying? All right. The spider relies solely on its own wants, needs, desires to achieve its goals, free from any outside influence of how the web should be. Like the snake and the eagle, the spider is another symbol that has permeated cultures and spiritual communities throughout history and around the globe. Take that as an affirmation that you are deep into your spiritual initiation and indeed along the right path. Regardless, spider asks us about our own inner genius. We all have it. And it's likely that yours is begging to come out. Relinquish the traps of perfectionism. I'll add complacency, comparison, and admiration. Cut off and cut out any outside distractions that do not feed the authenticity of your inner genius. Part of that is, right, maybe you're like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this, and you tell somebody, and they had no business knowing that. And now they have put they have dampened your parade because they have a limitation on how expansive they can become. Do that shit anyway. Do it anyway. That is why sometimes people just make the moves and let the things that need to unfold be the announcement, right? Sometimes we tell people and we're waiting for permission. You don't need permission to live your life. Unless you legit, you don't need permission. Okay? Legit is a child. Just in case you don't know. Whatever it is that is waiting to be unleashed from within is perfect just the way it is because it is yours. Consider the concepts such as good, bad, pretty, and ugly as subjective and are often reductive labels that got nothing to offer something that is raw, powerful, and important. The ancient Greeks coined the word daemon, which refers to the genus of an individual. It is believed that each of us has one, and it is this helpful or benevolent spirit that helps us nourish this genius. If you could pinpoint yours, what would it be? Write a letter, introduce yourself, make it an offering. That's powerful as hell. That is super powerful. Where is the book for my friend Fire? Where did I put it? I moved from here. Aha. Okay. Now we have song. I may not even need to pull more cards. That feels pretty damn clear to me. What number is this? This doesn't have a number. Is this a free thing? That's interesting. Great. Oh, there's a couple of like a number one. Song is your ancestral power. Born from the beginning of all matter, sound waves carry the stories of our souls and has the power to transform. This card invites you to release fear and connect with magic that comes from creation. I mean, it don't get any clearer than this. The creative act of exploring or releasing sound, whether it comes through hums, roars, cries, or guttural explorations, allow your body to guide you. Sound. Some of y'all need to sing. If you're making music, and you don't know, or you're doubting or whatever, keep making it. Even if it's just for yourself, right? The greatest things that have been created started out as something for the self, and then it gets released because it's like, okay, I'm ready to like move on or whatever. And I'm looking for something, y'all. And what ends up happening is it might be the best book that you've read. That's how my Soliloquy of an Ice Queen, I wrote a novel in verse, which means a storyline created through a thread of poems. So it's a poetry collection, but it has a story to it. I didn't write it for other people. I wasn't thinking about anything else but like me. But then I was ready to release it. And it got pretty good. You know, like I sold more than the 5 that I thought I was going to sell. You know what I'm saying? But also it touched people that I didn't expect for it to do so. And so you don't realize that people are looking for what you have, not in a way of like be this efficient content creator, but in the way of like you have a gift and people are waiting to experience it, to witness you and your gift. Sound is a powerful tool for cleansing and transformation. Your cells respond to your spirit listens. Let it shake loose the stagnant and create space for new energy and new life. I don't feel like I need to pull anything after that. Go have the life that you desire and you deserve. You already know what everything else looks like. You've lived the life where you don't do shit, right? Like where you maybe dip your toe into it, but it's not a full-on commitment to the magic of possibility. It is time. It is time. It's okay to disappoint people. Fuck them. Because what did they do? They've lived their life, right? Mookai, literally making it happen. Having all of this yellow, having the audacity, but also the cojones, the vim, the spirit of possibility to move you forward. Other people have done their lives and they got so many opinions because not everyone lives the life the way they wanted to. Do not live a life of obligation if you don't have to. And even if you think you do, you don't. You can add a little bit more of yourself in your day-to-day regardless of your circumstance. That was card number 2. We're going to card number 3. I wanted to do a little spray. Cleanse the energy. All right. We got the 7 of Wands, 7 of Rods. We got the Camel. And the Divine in me says, this is going to be interesting. So, Desert Rose is in the same family as a selenite. But it's, you know, shaped as a rose, comes from the desert. But it is like a saline type of thing, so it does cleanse the energies. This is from a crystal kit that I made. Also, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If any of these are hitting, share with a friend, tell a homie. Card number 3. We have the 7 of Wands. Let's go directly to the 7 of Wands. All right. This has maybe been a rocky beginning to the year or end of the year. It wasn't easy for most of us. The 7 of Rods insists that you do not give up in the face of adversity and challenges. But I am tired. I know. You are an experienced warrior and can overcome anything with bravery and confidence. Remember that you have the advantage against your foes because of your previous victories. This card may appear when you are feeling drained and unsure about your next step. You feel pulled in too many directions and need to draw on your past experiences to formulate a plan. Do not hide from these feelings. Acknowledge them and then release them. Put on your game face and get to work. Some of y'all may want to give up, but it's not time to give up. Okay? There is a scripture for you. For some of y'all, if you are into scripture, specifically Psalm 32. I don't know. I'm not somebody who's like Psalm 32, guess he'll get 8. But I'm finna read it. I didn't know we was going to church today, but here we are. Mine is in Spanish. Shout out to the people. And not on some red pill. We just, the way that the people in my life were set up, we do Psalms. Not often. This is my grandmama coming through. Psalm 32. What is Psalm 32 about? Oh, they be having, hold on, let me look in here. They have the little, like, if you going through X, Y, Z, go look at whatever. Let's see if it's in here of like what it represents. Needing direction. That's crazy because I said 32:8. Okay, go look at Psalm 32:8. It is the Psalm of David Maskil. I don't know. Wow, that's crazy. Word. So, in needing direction, 32:8. I've never done that in the channel before. Okay. Shook. I done cleared the energy and all kinds of things done happen. Well, your grandmama's prayers are still covering you. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, you should pray too, if that is your thing. Camel. Y'all see the camel? Ain't that that's a decent camel. That's cool. All right, camel. Travel, a long journey, stamina. Regarded for its ability to travel long distances across the desert. Didn't we just desert rose? Y'all in Arizona or something? Where you at? Tell me where you are in the comments if you are card number 3. Please do. Like, share, and subscribe for the homie. That's me, I'm the homie. Camel may literally herald the opportunity for travel. Should that be the case, this card is an invitation to embark upon that journey and to welcome whatever it may bring. However, the camel energy is about the archetype of the hero's journey. What did this say? You are an experienced warrior. And the stamina it requires. Keep going, friends. The hero's journey is the outline for nearly every story you ever read. It encompasses the trials, tribulations, and Texas. The protagonist must endure for their true potential to crystallize. Also, if you are in desire in need of crystals, Astrolyszics.com. It is also in the notes or video information, because you may need something for your journey. I also curate things for that, so just want you to know. Okay. Must endure for their true potential to crystallize and ultimately for there to be triumph over evil in some way. It is the oldest story in existence. You are likely embarking upon a metaphorical journey yourself, facing your own trials and tribulations that will test your resiliency. Remember that it is often when the hero faces defeat, exhaustion, disillusionment that their true gifts are discovered. You may have to dig deep and find parts of yourself you didn't know were there. I'm very interested in what the my friend Fire says. Think of your all-time favorite hero's journey. It likely resides way back in childhood. Rewatch or reread this story now. Find inspiration in your favorite character. Many believe we identify the most with them. You know what I just had seen on Twitter? It was the toaster, the little toaster. You want to talk about a hero's journey, boy. I'm definitely going to also follow that advice. Where am I going to find the little toaster? I don't know. I may have to buy it. I ain't going to hold you. But I'm going to watch it. We going to see. Okay? So, we have the Divine Says. Before I hit the Divine Says, because I feel like that's going to close out the reading, let's talk about this a little bit more, about what you got going on here. Where is the... Right here. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, well, shit. Oh. I have it upside down. I keep doing this. So, it might be right side up in the future. For card number 3. Oh. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. My nails are long and it's hard to pick these up. Okay. The World came out in the reverse. Okay. So it may feel like your world, you're struggling. You know what I'm saying? It might feel that your world's upside down, that you have been working your hardest to make some shit shake, and it's maybe not have been as fruitful as you thought. You have followed all the rules, and the rules ain't working for you. It's just creating more work, right? But sometimes you need to give less, dictate more, say how you feel, express yourself. And sometimes when we tell people how we feel and what the fuck is not going to happen and hold people accountable, they not going to like it, friend. You know what I'm saying? But the people who really fuck with you will understand, will create space for you. And you'll be able to celebrate some things. You may find that you need a chosen family versus like personal family. Isolating, holding yourself back. Sometimes the silence, sometimes the stillness is useful. But becoming an island is not how you grow emotionally. It means maybe you understand the limitations of people that are in your life. Shake that shit up. Keep pushing, keep going. Because on the other side, and we're going to pull for that. On the other side is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is, it wasn't in vain. Right? You know, sometimes we're waiting for people to get their just due or whatever. Fuck that. You don't have to worry about that shit. You are your just due. Value yourself instead of worrying about, oh, this person did this to me. If you not gonna handle it on your own and let them know about that shit, then just move forward and never speak to that mofo again. Worry about you. Refocus on you. Give yourself the energy that you need to keep going through. Or refocus, right? Because sometimes, you know, we focus too much on the outside and we neglect ourselves, and everything kind of follows through because of that. Value yourself. This is a year of self-value, of not being shy to ask for what you want, for pitching yourself, for taking up space, for not giving a fuck what people think and what will they say. Ain't nobody care about that, sis. Ain't nobody. There's no time to be worried about what other people are saying when most of those people who have too much time on their hands to critique are living miserable lives. I don't care what people have going on that don't live a fulfilled life. I don't even care what the people who have a fulfilled life don't really got much to say. They're busy living. Value yourself. Stop over giving to people. Stop trying to convince people that you are worthy. And stop telling yourself by your actions that you aren't. I was somebody I needed to snatch. I don't know who it is. But I had to say that. Let's go into my friend Fire. Let's gently, I'm gonna put it closer so you can see how pretty it is. That's cool. 40. So right before 40 is take back your power. The divine in me says, in this final card of the reflection suite, we are asked an important question. How does the divine in me speak to the situation at hand? This is both an invitation for profound inspection and a tuning into trust. You are safe to trust, and you are safe in the listening. You are completely supported, and you are not alone. Many times it could be that we are physically alone, but we are not spiritually alone. Also, shameless plug for the homie. I believe she still has readings. I don't know. I could be wrong. But if she doesn't and she reopens, if you need to know about like your spiritual court, holla at Lady D'Emerald. When we listen to the divine within us, we honor all of life. What wisdom does your divine self want to share with you now? And I'm actually going to pull one more card. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm making up for the times that I didn't do no reads. But that feel good to me too. You know, sometimes I'm just like, nobody commenting, liking stuff. That is what the divine is saying. Right up. But I mean, there's probably more for you. If you need additional, like an additional reading or whatnot, holla at your girl. Move in silence like the G in lasagna. This is from the Borinquen Oracle. Not everyone wants to see your wins. Keep your plans and ideas to yourself to avoid my leo, the evil eye. Desert Rose is an ongoing cleanser, and I would combine this with obsidian. I think this is rainbow obsidian. Can you see it? Yeah. There's like a little bit, like in the daylight you can kind of see it better, but like there's a little bit of like color that flashes through at the top. Protect yourself. Protect this. Moving in silence is not omitting, lying, or withholding information. It's just letting others know you don't have the privilege to know what the fuck I'm about to do. Because everybody doesn't. If it is not your like cheerleading friend that's like, do the thing, And you know that's your cheerleading friend, and that's the person that rocks with you for real. And sometimes you don't even need to tell them. You just say, hey, I accomplished this big thing. And they're like, oh, shit, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not privileged to know what your plans are. You may also want to listen to the second card reading. But, like, go live. And don't wait for permission. Give yourself the permission that you have been waiting for. Okay? Okay. Thank you, card number 3. We are heading to the Erotic Tarot. If this is where we end, this is where I leave you, then thank you. Happy New Year. Shout out to the Haitians. And like, share, and subscribe. Check out my crystal shop, Astrolyszics.com. And let us begin. I feel like I've seen where other readers are saying that YouTube be banning people. It is what it is. So, one more. Pick a card. And this is for Erotic Tarot. So this is a sensual, affirming part of the reading. If you're wondering how, you know, the passionate vibes gonna be it self-love, sharing the self-love you've created for yourself with others. Can I have 3 cards, please? Okay. Oh, well, that's all of them. 1. This is interesting. 2. 3. So we have card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. Let me take this out of the kit. Garnet. Green aventurine. And rainbow. This ain't gonna work. Need a flat one. Desert rose. Let us begin. 1, 2, 3. Ace of Feathers. I'm gonna read directly out of this because it's a different vibe. These are very different. It's not something that I'm like, I know what. Nope. Let's respect the creator. Shells, roses, candles. Where's the feathers? Maybe it's the last. Shells is in the back. Feathers. Here we go. Ace of Feathers. Swords. We've gotten so many swords. It's crazy. It's going to be. Let's get closer. Let's get closer, you and I. Yes. It's going to be a big win, a big plan, big love. You've got the right idea. So follow your instinct and be decisive. We also have garnet, which is like vitality. It does include protection, but like it's literally virility and vitality. Okay. So we have the 2 of Wands. Definitely think big, want more, ask for more. Might be a decision that you need to make, but like sometimes it could be por qué no los dos? Why not both? If you are transparent enough, it shouldn't be an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on with these cards. They're always like all over the place. Then we have the 3 of Shells. The more the merrier. It's usually the Three of Pentacles. The shells are the pentacles. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Dressing up as who you most want to be that day. Friendships forged on these principles. Oh, shells are water. There you have it. That makes absolute sense. Three of Cups, basically, is what it is. Where are the candles? Feathers. And the Two of Candles. You've established a foothold. Your desires are within reach. A plan of action is now needed to strengthen your position. Whatever this is, you're going to have it. Be decisive. Don't doubt. Don't question. Don't do it. Do the thing. Plan of action is now needed to strengthen your position. Don't shy away from requesting guidance on which path to take. Again, if you need a reading, holla at your girl. I would also say journal about it. And let people know that you are trying to do a thing, right? Like, if you see that somebody is somewhat in alignment with what you got going on, don't be afraid to be like, hey, I'm actually considering doing this project. If it's a lover, you would be surprised how far communication allows you to go with certain things. Trying something new, someone new, together, reconnecting with your body in a certain way, whatever it is, you gonna get what you want, so stop playing. Green Aventurine. Listen to your heart. There's a song like that. The Four of Shells reversed. I kind of dig it. Time to step out of a repeating pattern of pleasure that no longer works for you. If you feel depleted after you're with somebody, kick them to the curb. And that's in any and every way. Sexually, any kind of way. Because that means they're siphoning your vibes, and you should have great energy after being with somebody. It should be making your damn day. If you done seen somebody and you done hated the rest of your day, why are you there? Green Aventurine is an invitation for heart healing, but it is also a reminder of your value. We have the Knight of Shells that came in. Romance is coming. If you've been disappointed by people and you've kind of, keep them, block them today. I don't like blocking people. Make them an emoji in your phone. Remove the name. Also, Apple, I hear, has gotten really good at blocking people and never letting you talk to them. Sometimes that's what you need to do for yourself, because you're worthy of making space, taking out the trash. You ain't gonna clean your whole house and bring your garbage drone, your garbage bucket thing into your clean house, right? Why would you do that with a person? Some people are spiritually funky. Do not bring them in your space if they kill your vibe. If they ruined your Christmas, your New Year, don't ever speak to them again. Disappear on them, block them. Don't talk to them no more. If you have children with them or something, create new boundaries around seeing that motherfucker all the time. Point blank, period. Because as soon as you do, romance is coming in. Knight in shining armor is riding into your life on a white horse. The dashing Knight of Shells is likely to be talented, maybe penniless. That's crazy work. Artist, musician, if he has a SoundCloud, please know it's short term, my dear friend. That goes both. That goes anyway, to be honest. But y'all know what I'm talking about. The knight may appear a romantic, wandering fool, but they have some effective techniques up their sleeve. In private, they will be so smooth and sweet as to render them irresistible. Sometimes all you need is a nightstand. Okay? A one night stand. Not everyone is meant to be long term. If it doesn't work, take a next one. Let's do the moon. There is no obvious path. The instincts of the animal, the rhythms of the flesh are pulled along their way by unseen forces. As the sun sees you at your brightest, the moon sees you at your darkest in the evening, right? In the quiet of the day, of the world, of the whatnots. It is the unpredictable energy that moves us all at night and knows what we long for. The subconscious mind spills forth, hidden desires expose themselves. I want you to be honest with your desires and move in that space of the pleasure that you deserve and the things that you desire because you are worthy of them. Maybe there's a temporary person, right? But sometimes temporary, just because you're here for a good time and not a long time, doesn't mean that they can neglect you or that they can drain you and kill your vibe. You know what I'm saying? And so some nights it might just be you with you. And that can suffice. Ain't nothing better than being in your own bed knowing that somebody that used to ruin your day has no more access to you. Make space for romance. Just because it's not long term doesn't mean it wasn't worth it. But if you want more, be honest with yourself about that. If something is not sufficient, if someone is not sufficient, why have one when you could have 9? But also, have everything. Maybe you'll consider you may need more than one person if you're like in a committed relationship, like married or something like that. But if you do need more than one person and you're not into the whole poly situation, maybe it's not working and it hasn't been in a long time. I don't know. Consider the things that you need. Move the things out that no longer need to be there because it's killing your vibe and it's draining you. And be honest with yourself. Card number 2. Card number 3. We have a 7 of Cups reversed. I love that for you. Let me tell you why. 7 of Cups is not seeing shit clearly. Okay? And so having it this way, be mindful of delusion, fantasy, but also sensory deprivation might be good. You might enjoy that. Not necessarily seeing things the way that they are, right? Being in a fantasy world, sometimes that is delectable. Not always now, because if you're lying to yourself, yo no sé. I just pulled that. Is that the card? Oh, there are cards here. All right. Oh, hold on. 2 cards. Okay, we got 1. Told you sensory deprivation might be a vibe. And we have 2. Okay. You may want to get a little explorative. I'm at the feathers, so let me start with the page. The Page of Feathers will be a witty companion at a party, amuse you with her sly innuendos and catty put-downs, and will have the goss on everyone. But intimacy, forget about it. She'll frame this as having impossibly high standards, but this as having but perhaps she doesn't have the nerve to take it further yet. She may like to watch though. Okay, let's do the King of Candles. You may have options. I don't know what you got going on. Somebody's having a fun time. The king is the instigator and director of any sexual or creative scene. You may be cordially invited to frolic at their lavish production. So long as you behave and play your part, this king will not tolerate chaos like the flames of a well-maintained hearth. Passions must be contained to burn. Meta. I don't know if you are a unicorn. I don't know what your options are. And it might be that you're in the whole mix, right? It's also with this not seeing things clearly. For me, it's more like take control around your pleasure. Because this still feels like people doing whatever they want with you, which hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's your vibe. But make sure that you are being taken care of too. A lot of people, and this is not just around eroticism, but like in any kind of relationship, no matter how surface it is, make sure that you are not being starved or neglected emotionally and that you're receiving aftercare. Right? If you want to be dominated, cool, do your thing. If you want a good time, fun time, cool, do your thing. Do not make it more than what it is, but also continue to keep the clarity around boundaries and ensuring that you are the one having a delectable time. And that is sex, that is life, that is your body is the altar. Regardless if they've beaten your ass, tying you up, doing whatever they want to do because you enjoy it. That is the key. Engage, have your safe words, but also you can also be the powerful person. You can dom from the bottom. Okay? Make sure that you are being taken care of and that people are not just taking advantage of you. And if you feel strange around it, I want to take one more. Yeah. If you feel strange or like you're not receiving everything that you need, drop everybody and take a next one. There might be someone that you may have had a very slow burn with. You're like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's been 6 months, a year, and this mofo is moving so damn slow. That might be the one that will put you through the mattress. But food in the slow cooker tastes better than food you get out of drive-thru. Argue with your mama. Not with me. Some things might be that you need a break from engaging with other people in order to truly like sit and realize like maybe that wasn't all it's cracked up to be. I hope this served you. This is long as hell. May this moon give you what you need. Smoke out your houses if that is something you're into. Light a little bit of incense. Acknowledge your ancestors today. For Haitian folks, it is Ancestor Day. But also, love yourselves and may your life be filled with more pleasure. Like, share, and subscribe. I done told you. And comment below what cards y'all got. Talk to me. I like to be talked to. So that I am not, just a crazy person talking into a screen. I will see y'all in the next moon.